Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 19th High Council episode. Today, we talk about top 10 X-Men movies. My name is Teguh. I like sheep and I want to eat some tofu. Let's get started. Al Burrito!
Wait,
The
Teguh.
show is called
It's not
the
the
show is called the
council, not the high
Councilmen.
council.
It's called the Councilmen. It's called the Councilmen. It's called the Councilmen. You blithering idiot.
I was literally about to
Let's do it again!
No, we're not doing it again. I'm putting that
Leave it
in for
in.
the actual
Leave
recording.
it in. I like
All
it.
right.
Leave it in.
I'm
Leave it
leaving that in to go. Do you not know our podcast name?
Hey, our line group is literally High Council, okay?
I know, that's the group. The show is called the Councilmen.
Whatever. We're the councilmen of the High Council.
Yes.
Councilman of the High Council. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Albert. We're the councilmen of the High Council.
Well, all right, good. Thank you for introducing us, even though it's
No.
from title. But yeah, today, all of us is all here. Yeah! Why is everyone cheering? Yeah. Nice clap. So all of us is finally here once again, and in honor of, well, you might have told from the title, but in honor of next week, by the time of this podcast being released, a film that also involves Sophie Turner, which is also a part of our previous episode. She is going to be in a film called X-Men: The Dark Phoenix. So in
I'm not
honor
gonna watch.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it.
well, first and foremost, our topic is going to be top 10 X-Men films because why not? And before we get started to all that,
Let's get started.
Let's get
you
started.
guys stop me. I have a whole note prepared right here. You guys stop me. So we're gonna do top 10. We're gonna do top 10 X-Men films. I'm going to tell the rules of how we do it as usual. But
You have
before
rules? God
Okay.
damn it. It's all broken.
we do promise that if someone leave a 5-star review for us, we will read it out loud. And guess what? Someone does. And it's
Yeah.
we got a review under the name of Jason Wiradharma. Ariq, does that sound is that name familiar to you?
No, I can't recall.
Yeah,
I can't
Yeah,
recall.
yes,
don't-
yes.
I don't recall as well.
Who could that be?
But
Is it a new fan?
But Jason Wiradharma wrote, "Loving the Councilman. Keep up the awesome content. You guys do a great job of going in depth, but at the same time keeping it lighthearted and funny."
Lighthearted and
Nice.
funny, yes. As in
Thank
the
you.
last
Exactly
episode.
what you do.
As in the last episode on how I refer D&D.
Yep. And yeah, so thank you, Jason, for the review. And if you guys want to get featured in a shout out as well in our podcast, just all you have to do is leave a 5-star review either on Apple or Castbox or wherever you can find our podcast, which is pretty much everywhere, thanks to Anchor. So,
Thank you, Anchor.
before we get started to the top 10 list, Ariq and Kelvin have said it, but you guys are not interested in watching X-Men: Dark Phoenix.
It's not that I'm not interested. It's just because I don't have the money.
That's fair. You're just gonna wait until it goes on streaming.
I mean,
Somewhere, yeah.
I have the money, and it's just that in my opinion, the movie isn't enough effort for me to go to the cinema and watch.
And also, it's the last one before Marvel took over. So it's like,
Correction: New Mutants.
oh really?
You know, Ariq, remember when you said New Mutants is your most anticipated one of your top 10 most anticipated film earlier this year when you did that episode?
Yeah, I wrote it down there to make it top 10. Because if
Yes.
I don't, it won't make it. I won't have a top 10 list.
Guess
I
what?
don't know what to do.
Remember how I argued to you? It was in my top 10 list of last year of 2017, and then, of 2018. It was in my top 10 list of 2018, and then now it was on the top 10 list of 2019. Okay, and now maybe it's going to be in one of our lists of 2020 because it got pushed back to 2020 again.
Yeah, I put it on the list just because I needed more content. Okay.
And Kelvin
I,
just
I don't care.
bumped into the microphone, very professional. And Teguh, are you excited for the X-Men Dark Phoenix?
Nah.
You-
Nah.
Eh,
Just so our viewers know, I've only watched in total 4 other X-Men movies, so
So yeah, Teguh won't be participating much in the list,
Why
but
are you
he'll
here?
still be involved. But yeah, I am not very excited for Dark Phoenix, although I am hoping it to be good at least, because I don't know, after Game of Thrones, I want to see more of Sophie Turner's work. So I'm sort of excited just for that, and to see maybe James McAvoy as Professor X-Men one more time before they officially recast in MCU. But I don't know. Simon Kinberg is a first-time director and is helming a big budget film, and I can tell they're not going to be faithful to the comic adaptation because there is no way that they can adapt that very thick storyline into one film. So yeah, let's just say that I'm all right with it. But on with the top 10 list. So how it's gonna work is we all have to make our separate top 10 list, sort of. Teguh only seen 4, so what Teguh will do is he'll gonna chime in on the film that he have seen. And Ariq, he claimed to have seen almost 10. So we'll see how it goes from there. But basically, we all have to make our top 10 list, and then I'll do my bottom 5. Kelvin does his bottom 5. Ariq does his bottom 5, and then I do my next 3. I do my next 3. Kelvin does his next 3. Ariq does his next 3, and we trade one apiece. And then after that, we create the ultimate.
and wait, and Teguh just chimes in whenever he wants to.
Yep.
yes, I'll tell you if I
That
watched the
is
movie.
so nice. I shouldn't have watched that many movies. I just wanted to, guys. I only watched 3 movies. Never mind.
Well, all right then. So, any questions? No. Okay, we're good.
Yes.
All right. So, I'll start it out. My number 10, and surprisingly enough, there's only 11 films, so there's only one film that's out of my list. So I wonder if you guys have the same one film out from the top 10. And my number 10,
We all have the same one film out.
and my number 10 is X-Men Last Stand.
I mean, frick
Oh.
you.
Why?
Oh, wait,
Is it-
I forgot to explain. If it's in the bottom 5, then there is no need to punt. But if it's in the top 5, then we punt.
Oh, is it in your top 5, Kelvin? Is that why you said fuck you? You're punting.
Are you kidding me?
Kelvin's
Yeah, I like
punting.
Last
Wow.
Stand.
Okay. Is
okay.
Ariq punting?
No, I'm not punting. For me. It's number 9. But should I explain? Can I mention it? I'm trying to mention. What I'm trying to say is that
Yeah,
the last 2 numbers, 9 and 10. It's not because I think they're like the worst. It's just because I don't remember them that well. Like, I mean, I've watched them like so long time ago before I even know how to speak English. So yeah. So I put them on the bottom.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So I guess we're gonna wait for Kelvin since he punted so high up, which is surprising to me. And my number 9 is X-Men Apocalypse, the recent one.
What's
Did I? Oh, I didn't punt that. Okay, never mind. But it's close to punting.
no punting required.
No punting required. So right. So I guess we'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So yeah,
So,
I don't know if Teguh have seen it or not.
Right. So I put Apocalypse as my 8?
I put it as
That's my 8.
6. I put it as 6. I didn't put it as
No, I put it as 8. I don't know. Psylocke looks nice with that outfit. Magneto at some point looks really really strong, and then in the end he's just kind of useless. And then
yeah, it's just kind of useless.
I don't like Cyclops in there. It's kind of very to me. And then Apocalypse, dude. Apocalypse have like the strongest like power, like from what they show, the snippets of what they show, and then in the final battle he used none of that. Like what's up with that? He have like that sand
He
power
was
thing
trapped
that can
between metal
decapitate
bars,
people.
Kelvin. You know how strong metal bars are. Very
Right,
powerful.
damn it. Damn,
Damn
metal
metal
bird.
bars!
Forgot
God
about
damn
metal
it,
bird.
metal bars.
Damn metal
Yeah.
bar.
Since Kelvin, all Kelvin did was complain about the movie how shit it was. The only good part about it is literally Quicksilver.
Yeah, Quicksilver is
Pretty much, that's
That's
just
literally
like
the
and
best part of the movie.
and when the one scene where Wolverine came out of the cage and go berserk.
No,
that scene
I
is
mean,
like no,
yeah,
that
actually,
scene is
yeah,
like
actually,
it's
actually.
cool, but it's like you don't have to shoehorn Wolverine in every single X-Men.
I agree. I agree.
He's he's supposed to be like Stan Lee. He's like the cameo. Actually, wait, Stan Lee was in the movie. Stan Lee was in this cameo as well. Actually,
Who
he
does?
was
Oh
just
yeah,
there as well.
I believe he did. I think it was it the
It's
one?
his favorite cam. He said it's his favorite cameo because he did it with his wife.
Is it the one where he's hugging his wife?
Yeah, where the nuclear's launched.
Yeah, nuclear launch.
Yeah, is that's what I remembered. I think.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not a fan of this film. I was excited about this film when it first came out because first of all, like Kelvin said, the costume looks nice. Magneto, Psylocke, even
Honestly, Silo.
Nightcrawler's costume is pretty cool. But the film was a huge disappointment to me. Oscar Isaac is such a good actor. He's so good in Star Wars and other films that he's been in. And then in this film, he was playing a. He was. I don't know. It looks ridiculous. Apocalypse is ridiculous, and it's just a super. It's a horribly executed villain, and
I
how
agree.
how Professor X loses his hair is very weird.
I laid on the
Extreme
tanning bed and it
stress.
became bald.
Ah!
But yeah, like Ariq said, the Quicksilver scene is alright. Although I think the one in Days of Future Past is better, and
Oh, why?
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, there's not much positives in this film. I feel like the biggest complaint is it's a wasted opportunity because they got this new cast, this young and awesome cast, like a Sophie Turner, they got Ty Sheridan, they got Lana Condor to play Jubilee, and they don't even use her powers. They just make her appear in the mall and go to the and watch Empire Strikes Back. And they had Nightcrawler and everything, and I don't like how they make Mystique become a hero. And I believe they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that again in the new film. I'm not a fan of that because
Mystique
Mystique is always,
becomes like the main protagonist now.
it's because of what's her name?
Jennifer
Yeah,
Lawrence
Lawrence.
is the most.
It's because of Jennifer
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Because she's a big name, that's why. I'm not a fan of that
Damn
direction.
it,
either.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Damn Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Like I don't hate Jennifer Lawrence, but like I hate her portrayal. Well, I don't no not hate. I don't like her portrayal of Mystique as a good person because I prefer her as a bad guy.
I
So,
agree. As in like borderline good guy, but mostly bad guy. You know.
yeah.
I'm just confused about why she has to be like. It seems like this that she's almost like at the center of every story or something.
Yeah, she become the main protagonist kind of now.
I mean, in the
It
I
used to
In
think
the
be like
comics,
Wolverine most
I
of
don't
the
know. I
she's
thought
time.
in the comics she was kind of like just a background.
oh yeah, definitely.
She's just like a side. Just kind of like
Yeah,
just like that important side character.
Hmm.
I think she's important in the
And
comic.
I'm
I
pretty
think.
she sort of is. She have her own brotherhood at one point. But yeah,
Wow.
in the three films that she's in, Days of Future Past, X-Men First Class, and this one, and then now the next one in Dark Phoenix, I'm pretty sure she's gonna have a prominent role in all. She have a prominent role in all those.
Yeah.
But yeah, the film have a good concept, pure execution. It's so generic. It's like in an age where superhero films are now like very advanced in terms of story or like uh
Like the
like
villains are not doesn't have that same simple motivation
yeah
in
and
most of them at least now.
yeah and I feel like now when you make superhero films you get to mix genres and cannot make just a superhero genre like how Winter Soldier was a political thriller, Black Panther was like Afrofuturism. I don't know if that's a genre, but at least it's different. And then like Captain Marvel is a 90s action film, Ant-Man is like a heist film, Aquaman is like an underwater fantasy, Shazam is like a comedy. So you gotta mix genre now, and then X-Men Apocalypse just use the same formula. So it feels like the same thing that we've seen, except it's not as good.
Yep.
Teguh, have you seen this film?
Hmm?
Have you seen this one?
Yes, but I like remembered nothing. If I'm honest.
Okay.
Uh, I remember the last scene with
The one with the like fish.
the last fight. The
Professor
last
X
fight.
and
The one where
Um,
Jean Grey suddenly got her
Jean Grey
phoenix
fight.
power. The one where Jean Grey
yes,
suddenly got her phoenix power out of nowhere.
yes, that was okay.
Oh yeah. Now that I mention it, the fist fight of Professor X and Apocalypse, kind of like what?
Oh! And then the fall just become big.
I rather see them like Apocalypse and Professor X doing this instead of seeing them
They,
fist fight.
they finger their own brains. They just stare at each other like. "Ah!"
And then like the other one is just like with two hands.
And then Magneto does his
Whoa.
just hand and constipation face. But yeah, X-Men Apocalypse. So wait, what number was it, Kel, for you, and what number was it for Ariq?
For me it's 8.
It was
And
6 for me, I think.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Since you know what, I'll let Kelvin go now. Kelvin, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is the Wolverine.
The
The
one
Wolverine.
the one in Japan, right?
Yeah, the one in Japan with that triangle face woman.
Yeah, that's my number 8. Triangle face woman.
That's my number. I know this one.
I remember that one.
See, Brie Larson is square, and then there's the triangle. Just need to find other shapes.
What number is it yours, Ariq? I didn't hear it.
7. I
Okay,
think.
so we can talk about it. Kelvin.
Wait, Teguh, have you watched it?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. So it's in my number 10, mostly because, I don't know. It's really. I even forget that movie exists. That's the thing. Like, when I
Wow.
was looking at the Wikipedia list, and I was like, the Wolverine?
The Wolverine.
Which one is
The
this? I had to
Wolverine.
check. I had to
I
check
love how
until I
Kelvin
see that
pronounced
the
it, the
triangle face
Wolverine.
woman. That's when I was like, this one, the one that the train scene where the train scene happens. I was like, okay. So yeah, mostly it's number 10 because it's very unmemorable.
Unmemorable. The Wolverine.
Is that a
Unmemorable.
word? Is that a
That's-
word?
By the way, so just in
No,
case
not really.
someone who's listening is actually a fan of the of the women that Kelvin is referring to, the real actor's name is Rila Fukushima. So yeah,
That's
I'm just gonna say it in case someone get offended.
Isn't her name in the character name is like Yukino or something?
Her character name is Yukio, and she's
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yukio.
Why?
Why
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Activated by Treton.
And she's the one who can see the future. That's her mutant power, I believe.
I don't know. I don't know what they do. I don't. Who
I
do
think
they
she
fight?
appeared in Deadpool.
What's
didn't
the
she?
Okay, well,
I mean, not
what's
like the
the
character. The
reason-
character.
the main
what happens in the Wolverine? What do they fight in the end? Is it the giant samurai robot?
It's a silver
Yeah.
samurai. The silver
Yeah,
samurai.
it's like, the giant samurai robot. Yeah.
Like this.
Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
I'm gonna chime in. This film, I like everything about this film until the
thanks,
third
Ariq.
act. Well, most of everything. Like this film is so
What's the
grounded
third
in
act?
reality all the way until the third act. The third act is where it's just a giant battle between Wolverine and the giant silver samurai dude, which is CGI of the
Oh,
silver
that
samurai
one.
is quite atrocious as well. So it's such a huge downstep because like the train scene is the most memorable scene and it's such an awesome scene.
Yeah.
Like Kelvin said.
I agree. The train scene is really good.
And building up all the way till that final fight, it's just him dealing with the Yakuza, which was awesome. And it also, because the fact that he lost his healing abilities due to the venom of the Viper, it makes it more like compelling to support him because it's like his like bleeding and everything. He got like
About to die and
he's
everything.
about to die and everything. So it was like very intense and compelling. And then suddenly in the third act, he sort of have his healing abilities again, and then he have to fight the giant CGI monster, which the fight
The
wasn't even
giant adamantium
Giant CGI monster.
and yeah, the fight wasn't even that compelling. It was like a big downstep. So that's my biggest criticism of it.
Yep.
Ariq haven't said anything.
You know what? Well, I was disturbed.
Is that a
To be honest, I
sticker?
can't remember. Like Kelvin said, I actually don't remember much about the movie apart from like I guess the base plot line, the train fighting scene, and I guess and the last fight. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just find it like a very I kind of find it like a very dull movie. Like it's not terrible. It's just dull. You know, it's kind of like boring. You just watch
Makes
it.
makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. That's all I have to say really about it. That's why I
Yeah,
How
put
about
it
you,
at
Teguh?
number 7. Oh wait, is it? No, no, I put it. Yeah, I did put it as number 7. But mind you, I've only watched 8 movies, so
mm-hmm.
Technically, it's your bottom.
that's technically the very bottom. Yeah,
Teguh?
have you watched this?
Uh, I I watched this. I remember
Oh, okay.
being do I say very relatively creeped out by the whole Venom scene,
Triangle face woman.
like the poison
Oh.
thingy mabob.
Oh, is it the lady that
Wait,
poisonous lady?
you
That
got
as
creeped
well.
out by when he got the venom, when he's taking out the venom.
No, not creeped out. More like oh shit, you know,
Oh.
like when like both when taking when taking out I'm like, oh okay, but like when he got it I'm like, whoa, what's happening here? Because it was like very nightmare-y kind of scene. I don't know, I watched this like so long ago, so
No, it's nightmare for me when he's trying to extract it because they said that he's gonna die.
that was just downright disturbing.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
nothing.
is it the one where he cut off like
Yeah.
his like part of his body?
Yeah,
Take it
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Oh,
and he's looking at this screen.
I was still like, I don't know. I still remembered the time I saw, so that scene makes me feel nothing.
He's a-
Kelvin is
Feel
immune.
nothing.
Calvin is numb.
I was
Kelvin,
numb to that feeling.
it takes more than this to disturb me.
By the way, since while we're talking about this, Calvin, since you like gore, I wonder there's a film called Brightburn
Oh.
right now. There's a film called Brightburn in theaters right now, and I
Ah,
wonder
yeah,
how
I really want to watch that.
I wonder how you'll perceive it because I like it okay, but I thought the gore was excessive and it was unnecessary. So I wonder what you think of the gore in that film because it is disturbing.
Is it like how
Nothing
unnecessary?
disturbs me than
300?
frogs.
Oh, dude, it's
Like 300 necessary, where like you
No,
know
what?
somebody gets cut by a sword and then like
300. Okay, 300 is like the gore isn't even that bad. The gore in here is like disturbing gore. Like it makes you close your eyes. Like oh my god, it's like
Alright,
It's-
I'll
and
Give it
they do close up on the gore, which is not helpful at all.
look at the guts on the ground. Look, look.
There's
I
I
blood on the
demand you look
ground.
at it.
Look at it. I demand for you to look at it.
I'm not gonna reveal anything.
This
But
is the tibia.
oh wait,
This is the.
Kelvin, you saw Belko Experiment, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, James Gunn produced that. James Gunn also produced this one, so it's the same type of
Yeah,
gore.
I know. You told me that. That's why I watch it.
The Belloc experiment.
The
So yeah,
Belloc
the Wolverine. It's directed by James Mangold, which I guess the only If I were to say one good thing about this film is that James Mangold directed this because after that he go on to direct one of the best X-Men film in my opinion. So yeah, I like that they go to Japan. It's a different setting because all the films have been taking place in the U.S. for the most part, and Wolverine does have a history with Japan, and I'm not a fan of the portrayal of the Viper, even though the Viper as a character is pretty okay. And the PTSD part where he have to, because this takes place after the events of the last stand when he killed Jean Grey. So when he got the PTSD of like Jean Grey in his dreams and stuff, it's quite interesting. So yeah, that's just my criticism. So it's my number 8, Calvin's number 10, and Ari's number 7. Oh, also it have a very good post credit scene, so I'll say that.
What's a post credit?
What was the post?
I
What was
don't
the what was the post credit scene? I
Well,
just watched it right now.
the post credit scene is when he go back to the US, and then he went to the metal detector, and then it started beeping as usual. And as he's going,
Oh, okay, I remember.
metal detector, and
I remember.
everyone's just frozen. and then he look around, and then some coins start floating, and then he noticed there's Magneto. He tried to kill Magneto. Magneto stopped him, of course, because magnet. And then out of nowhere, Professor X came back from the dead on his wheelchair, and then he mentioned, "You're not the
Oh,
only
okay,
one."
there you go. I was literally watching the movie and I was watching the post-credit scene on YouTube and I skipped along to where Albert mentions the parts. And like, okay, there you go, I see it.
Yeah, I
My
remember
bad.
that.
You're not the only one
Okay.
who's special, Logan.
You're not
Okay,
the
there
one
you go.
special, Logan.
Dude, after, what this film came out 2013. How old were we back then? 2013. So that's
Well,
14.
Oh, I didn't do math.
yeah, like at 14 years of age, I haven't seen like lots of film where they killed a character and then they resurrected from the dead. So when Professor X came back from the dead, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Lol, Albert.
Oh my god, that is so freaking cool!
All right. So Kelvin, what's your number 9?
What's my number 9? X-Men.
The first one?
Wait, is it the first one? Yeah, it is the first one.
All right. It's my number.
Mostly.
It's my number 7.
Oh, what? Oh, how about you, Vic?
It's on my number 10, but mind you, 9 and 10 are movies I haven't watched. I mean, I have watched, but don't remember at all.
Okay.
Teguh, did you watch this? X-Men? Only?
Nope. No.
The very first
Oh.
one.
Alright.
No.
So who wants to start? Me or you, Bert?
Wait, I don't know.
You can start. I have it higher on the list, so I'll probably have more prizes. So yeah.
Alright, so what did I say just now? 9? Mostly
Yeah.
because the character name is Toad. I don't
What?
like Toad.
Do you remember the line by Halle Berry by Storm about the toad? It's such a stupid line.
No, but I remember that scene.
Can I say the line?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what happened when a toad got struck by lightning? The same as everything else.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's like, okay, I thought it's going somewhere. The same like everything else.
Oh my god. No. Oh my
No.
god.
No. No. That's so bad.
I thought it was going somewhere, right? It was going somewhere cool. It's like, it's the same as everything else. I'm like,
That is
not what I expected, but okay.
okay.
If you have to quote one line from the film, that is the one that I most remember. I remember that even
they're like,
first time watching it,
I don't know. They're like fried toad. Makes more sense.
like we just like your main argument is just like there's Toad. Damn it,
No, or
Toad.
make like
so
a
bad.
lightning punch or something. You know, a storm pun.
Wait, Kelvin, is that literally your only argument, number 9? Because
No,
of
no, 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 no.
because
See,
of-
the tooth looks ugly too.
it's more comic accurate,
I'm
but
not
it's
like-
not ugly. Yeah.
Yeah, it is more comic accurate, but you know, they try to make it kind of like realistic, but then in the end, you just kind of make him looks like a hobo with that never cut the nails.
I
Yeah.
mean, isn't that technically?
Do you want to know something? I'm opening the IMDb page for X-Men 2000, and I found there is a trivia section, right? And guess what? To get
What?
the one who Tyler Mane is the one who played Sabretooth, and I don't even know why this trivia is in here, but it's like to get the charge in his hair, Tyler Mane was attached to a 5 million volt electrostatic generator.
Okay.
Was he electrocuted in the film?
That's basically what it's
I
saying,
don't-
yes.
I
I
don't
don't
think,
recall.
but wow, he got attached to a 5 million volt.
Is this because of Storm?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't recall at all.
Did she say some like very weird stuff again afterwards? You know what?
And he
the
just had to
55
electrocute
million
himself.
volts do
It's
to
like,
a saber tooth?
the same
Same
like-
as everything else.
Wait, I thought I was gonna get proper proper like like I wanted to know what's going on, but you guys are just talking blabbering
All right,
nonsense.
okay. I have legit criticism and I have legit praise. This is the first
Okay.
one. It came out in 2000 in a era where superhero films wasn't taken that seriously. We got like Blade. I think Blade was the same year or 1 year after. Spider-Man.
Wasn't Spider-Man too?
Spider-Man
Yeah.
is 1 year. I think it's 2001. Spider-Man. I'm gonna
Oh,
check
really?
that. Spider-Man
All I
2000.
know, when I first watched X-Men, I was blown away because like, oh
Yeah,
man, that is so cool. And now that I watch, not I mean like few years back, I watch it again. Then that's when I'm like,
Spider-Man was 2000. Spider-Man is 2000, and yeah. So this is in a time where the last superhero film were Batman and Robin, which is like super cheesy, and
is
also
it one of the Bat Nipples?
yeah. So that's
That
at,
was-
at, after that film, the Batman genre is like dead. People cannot take superheroes seriously because of that. And also Superman's
Don't
last
see.
film was like very jokey and very horrible, so people wasn't a fan of that. And we haven't seen a lot of superhero films which they can taken seriously. We don't have, Blade came out the same year, I believe, or 1 year before, but not it wasn't like a mainstream thing. And then here, boom, Fox brings out the X-Men, directed by Bryan Singer, who for the most part have made a lot of good X-Men film. And I'm not gonna talk much about Bryan Singer because he's a disgusting human being. But um,
Did he do something?
well, he does lots of inappropriate stuff and assault and stuff in set. So that's why he's not directing the newest X-Men. Like,
Does he like that children too?
you just Google it yourself. I don't want to talk about it in here. But yeah,
Please talk about it.
the film as something that's like, I want to thank this film for the resurgence of superhero. Like, we will not have the MCU without the X-Men. They're the first superhero team in the big screen, and they they made, instead of using the colorful yellow and blue costume in the comics, especially in the 90s, where the X-Men TV show was like very prominent and the costume is like very colorful, they decided to use all leather black costume, which is a good choice because it make it more grounded and more cool. And it have such a good cast. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, who we know as like the only definite Wolverine. He played in so many films. Patrick Stewart, of course, as Professor X. Ian McKellen as Magneto. Famke Janssen as Jean Grey. James Marsden as Cyclops. Halle Berry as Storm. Anna Paquin as Rogue. So many. Rebecca Romijn as Mystique, which is my preferred version of Mystique as well. So there's like so many, and then it have a creepy plot of trying to mutate people using Rogue's power, and that one scene where Senator Kelly was the first victim to be mutated, and when he become like a walking blob, that was very creepy. So it's like it started off a lot of things, and yes, there are some cheesy stuff like the line that I said earlier. And honestly, this film is good, but the other films in the list is just so much better. And since it's 2000s, there is a lot of stuff that doesn't hold up. But
Yes.
one other thing that I truly love about this film is the X-Men theme by John Ottman in the opening intro. That's an awesome theme, and they use it for X2 but they don't use it for Last Stand, but they use it again for X-Men Days of Future Past, which I love. So yeah, that is my thoughts on X-Men.
Nice.
You guys have anything else to add?
No,
Not
I've
much.
never watched this movie. You told me to add it, so I have 10.
Calvin, you have nothing else to add as well?
No.
All right. I do like the fight in the Statue of Liberty though. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it's
remember that
okay.
scene, but still.
Oh, you know what? I talk about the bad lines in the film, but a good line in the film is when Mystique pretend to be Wolverine, and then what's it called? Cyclops is like, prove that you're the real Wolverine. And what the real Wolverine did is just give him the finger, and then Cyclops is like, all right, he knows that's a real one.
No, I remember that.
All right, so
Yeah.
Ariq's number 9 and number 10, we already covered that because it's a random one. So Ariq, you also have your number. Have you set your number 8?
No.
Okay, then let's hear Ariq's number 8.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not in my list.
That's the one I left out.
Same.
Oh wow.
Give me back.
I left out X2.
Yeah, you're nuts.
Dude, Origins
I
have
would
an
watch it.
existing document.
X-Men Origins
What
Wolverine shouldn't even be talked about. It's accursed.
Dude,
It's a
what
curse.
movie are you talking about? I haven't heard of that movie ever.
All right, we can just gloss over it. I mean, it's not like it's technically on the bottom of my list. Technically,
Technically.
So should we
Technically, yeah.
Calvin,
technically.
should we tell why it's not in our list?
Actually, yeah,
Sure, I
yeah.
guess.
Wait,
Calvin,
wait.
That movie is
No, it's much better. No, I think it's better if you say that after. What do you think?
what do you mean?
I'll
uh,
explain why it's
I
on
can
my
say
list.
Okay,
no,
okay. Explain why it's on your list, and then me and Calvin will talk shit about it.
One, it was every time I do these X-Men things, man, they always be like, you too, be like, ha, you idiot, you shouldn't put that on your list. This is the second time it happened. It's gonna happen again the third time. It's gonna happen again the third time, I bet.
Alex used to this.
Anyway, I think it's the first one I actually remembered, unlike the first three X-Men movies. Like I watched it when I already understand English. So yeah, it's the one I remember
It came out.
most,
It came
and
out in 2009.
yeah, that's why I already understand English at that time. So and also I don't know, like at least when I watched it when I was still like what 10 years old, I obviously thought it was quite cool and everything. I thought like Wolverine was like very because he's like this is like the first time I saw Wolverine, right? Technically, or the first time I remembered at least. I just
Yeah.
thought that he's cool and I kind of like his backstory and yeah, that's it. That's why I just put it in there.
oh,
Like, oh yeah, there's some cool parts,
we
but the rest
oh
I'm just like I can't remember. I don't even remember what the main story was actually.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah, I don't
uh,
even remember the main story. I
the
know it
one
was
thing
bad,
that
but
people complain the most about the Origins thing, it's Deadpool.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah,
Oh, I've
dude,
seen that
you
clip
know
of
how that
Deadpool.
you know how Deadpool is like the merc with the mouth. Well, they close his mouth. They suit his mouth up.
Not only
I
Like
not only that, they give him Wolverine claws and they give him teleportation power and they give him
yeah,
Cyclops vision, like laser.
yeah. He
That's
can shoot
ridiculous.
laser eyes. He can do teleportation, and he have instead of like those katanas he have like same thing like Wolverine, but only one, from a big one, a giant one, a giant
You
claw,
know, I actually did
something
not
like
know
that.
that was Deadpool. I was like,
yeah, I
what
didn't
would
know
be the
it
Yeah,
was
second?
Deadpool either.
because they do such injustice to it. That's why you don't know it's Deadpool.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
At
to be
least
honest, without that movie, that wouldn't become like meme.
No, you
It's
want to
just
know?
meme
no, the
You want to
one
know
good
at this point.
thing.
the only good thing that came out from this movie is the post-credit scene from Deadpool 2. That's the only good thing out of this film.
Yeah,
Huh.
exactly. Oh yeah, there's also that. Yeah, yeah.
That is the only positive thing.
Technically, that's the nice thing about it though. Like Deadpool wouldn't be able to make fun of it if it didn't exist, or anyone wouldn't be able to make fun of it. So I guess like that's why I have a reason to put it on my list because it's a
Huh.
gateway meme for other movies to make fun of.
Can you guys try to guess what is the Rotten Tomato score for this film?
Isn't it like
I'll go
30
with
something
10.
percent less?
What?
I don't remember.
Just
I go with 10.
take a guess. 10. Ariq, what's your guess?
I think I checked it a little bit. It was around like
Well,
20-ish%.
it's 37%, but the audience
Oh.
score is 58%, which is quite bad for an audience score because audience scores usually are much higher. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I
Oh,
have the same,
didn't we recreate the scene from Origins? I think
What?
when Wolverine came out from the water thing.
I don't
Yeah, I don't
maybe
remember. I
maybe
remember.
Oh, yes.
It was
Yeah, we
during
did,
Diaz
right?
brother's birthday.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
doing
We all went there.
it was doing one of a field trip, I think.
It wasn't a field trip,
And then
dude.
we are
It was
using like
a celebration. But
was
anyway,
it?
yeah.
I don't remember what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
occasion was, but I very much remember
It
doing
was
that.
Diaz brother's birthday. We were invited there.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It
Like
was literally just
Look,
close circle like
we
the whole
we
class.
like I used like those what's the name? Toothbrush and everything as the claws, and then I stay in the bathtub only with my underwear. And then the bathtub is
The
filled
whole
under, and then
the whole tub was filled.
yeah, and then I just stay down, and then when someone say action, then just like,
Was it like that? I thought you were like
Yeah, something
You were
like
more
that.
like,
It
I
was
think
like,
you were more like that. I can't breathe.
Well,
who
anyway,
has that video? God damn it, I want it now.
you should find that video, upload it on social media, man.
Yes, put it on our
That-
Patreon.
That's
What?
that scene is all right, but once again, the film there's nothing positive from me for the film. Gavin Hood directed it. I'm
We
not
we
familiar
get to
with
see
what
Hugh
he went
Jackman,
on.
but
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't understand how they make the claws look so good in all the previous films, but now in 2009, where the CG is supposed to be better and they're supposed to know how to make Wolverine claws look good, they make him have CGI claws that look 100% fake. The claws look so bad. The claws look so bad, and when he's like, there is a scene where it's like he hit his claws with another, and there's like a spark going on or something. It's horrible. There is a scene where there's an explosion, and the explosion looks so fake. I'm pretty sure I can make a better one using Premiere Pro.
Bet. Bet.
They casted Taylor Kitsch as Gambit, which is pretty cool, but they never used him again, which is a huge missed opportunity. Ryan, of course, Deadpool is in this film is horrible.
He's the best.
Okay, that film killed Deadpool's chances for almost a decade, which is why we have to wait for 2016 for the Deadpool film to come out, because that killed Deadpool's chance for almost a decade, that film. And yeah, it's just the plot is not compelling at all. It's about his origin story, and then at the very end, he got a bullet to the head and he forget everything.
Yep.
That is very compelling.
This,
Forgot some shit. Forgot
and if
some shit.
like if I were to at least give one positive thing, is that I like the montage in the beginning when we saw him and Sabretooth in all different wars.
In all the wars, yeah, he went to like.
That's a pretty cool montage.
So it was like Civil War, World War One, World War Two, and
I
then
remember that. Yeah, that was nice.
and then in the Vietnam War, they were supposed to be executed, but they didn't
Yeah,
because they have regenerative abilities.
and I don't know why Will I am Will I am from Black Eyed Peas is in this film as a teleporting mutant.
Teleporting fat guy.
I don't think it's that. There was Blob was in this film though. Blob was in this film.
Blob was in the film.
And then yeah. Oh, also this film was the beginning of the X-Men timeline being effed up. Because remember at the very end there is a Patrick Stewart, Professor X, who is walking.
Oh yeah.
That's the first time it literally messed up the timeline because of that scene as well. And they also hinted on Scott Summers and what's her name? Emma Frost in the film as well. So yeah. But aside from that, this film was a huge mess in my opinion. They were trying to do.
I think it would have been. I think it would have been better if literally the movie was about him and his brother was in all those wars, depicting those wars instead of just this.
Cool. And
that would be cool, you know. Teguh, don't you want to see the same movie where the Civil War, World War One, World War Two, and Vietnam War happened at the same time in one movie?
Yes, I do.
One last thing is like I blame this movie for me for the longest time confusing that, because in this film they make Wolverine and Sabretooth brothers, even though in the comics they're not brothers. So for the longest time I firmly believe that in the comics they're brothers, and so yeah, I blame this film for that. All right, so Ariq, what's your number 7?
My number 7.
Isn't Apocalypse?
Oh wait. Oh, I know. My number 7 was discussed. It's the Wolverine.
The Wolverine, okay.
In Japan.
All right, so
The Wolverine.
have you set your number 8 and number 7 yet?
Number 8, it's the X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay, number 7.
Number 7 is the X2.
Oh yeah, X2 is a punt. All right, so my number 8 we talk about the Wolverine. My number 7 is X-Men. So okay, my number 6 is Deadpool 2.
Oh, same.
Oh, I have to punt that.
Punt that?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So I'll go with my number 5, X-Men First Class.
Same. Nice.
Put that on number 4. Why am I just putting it above? My Deadpool 2 is 5.
Alright, so wait, Deadpool 2 is number 5 for you?
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Let's talk about Deadpool 2, and then we talk about X-Men First Class directly.
All
So
right.
Okay. So
Deadpool 2.
Alex, go ahead.
Can I say Deadpool 2 first?
Albert. Oh yeah, sure,
Albert
sure.
is first because he
I
put
don't
it
have-
lower on his list.
Please.
I don't have much to say, but Deadpool 2, I like the first Deadpool better, clearly based on the list. This one is
Yeah.
that if Deadpool 1 is a more linear story, like Ant-Man is a more direct story, Deadpool 2 they're trying to go bigger, like Ant-Man and the Wasp. And sometimes bigger isn't necessarily better because it was kind of a bit of a mess. They try to handle a lot of more stuff. And I love the film. I really do. I like Josh Brolin as Cable. I love Domino in this film. How they showcase her luck power is really cool. And
Yeah.
Russell from is his name Russell, Ariq, from Hunting for the Wilder People. He's in there.
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, from the Hunting for the Wilder People.
That kid, I forgot his name. He's the New Zealand kid. But yeah, he's there. He's playing the bad guy as Fire Fist, and it's a cool story of Deadpool trying to be part of the X-Men, and then like he have to save this kid, and then how the gag of how him dying and then he came back to life, and he literally make fun of Logan in this film. So it's a good film, and there is even a 1 second cameo of Brad Pitt in this film, which I love.
Oh
If I'm
yeah.
not mistaken, he said he would do that just for a cup of coffee. I think.
How- Is that really how much he got paid?
No, I think that's what he demanded.
Oh my god! For a cup
He
of coffee.
demanded it.
He
But it's
demanded it.
Like it's literally 1 second. I like turning and then disappear. And of course, the post credit scene is such a good thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna say that for now. Ariq?
Okay.
Peter was by far the best character in that movie.
Oh, I forgot about Peter.
Fucking Peter. Actually, I actually enjoyed Deadpool 2. Not as much as the first one, yeah, but because it was a bit messy and all that. But there was that like one scene where you had like the X-Men appearing, where where they just close
Oh
the
yeah,
door.
that is
Just like close the door.
They just close the door.
That was quite funny. Actually, like I like that. I didn't expect that, to be honest.
Dude, there was a Taylor Swift Easter egg in the film.
There was a what?
Taylor Swift Easter egg.
I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. You are. I don't care.
Deadpool uses. I'm a fan of Taylor Swift. Deadpool uses a shirt which have a picture of 2 cats, and there is a name of the cats, and those cats are Taylor Swift's cats.
Oh,
Really?
I wouldn't know that. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan like you. Damn
Exactly,
it.
Albert.
I wouldn't know that.
I didn't realize it in the film, but I watched an Easter egg video, and that's how I find out.
Oh.
I see.
Taylor
Okay.
Swift fan.
Sure.
But yeah, go on, Ariq.
Well, let's see what else. Cable was quite badass. I didn't expect Juggernaut to appear, and Juggernaut actually looks really cool in the movie. Even though he
Much
didn't-
better than the X-Men Last Stand one.
Yeah, better than the X-Men one, definitely. And going back to X-Men Origins, they also made fun of that in the last like credit. Is it the ending, the post credit scene or something?
They make fun of Green Lantern and
Green
X-Men
Lantern.
Origins.
X-Men Origins. he killed Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, I just like those cameos. It's those little things that you can just enjoy in.
Yeah,
Deadpool.
I feel like this film is. I think it's funnier than the first one, and it's more crazy. But yeah, that's just. Do you know that? Did you know that Ryan Reynolds played Juggernaut as well?
Yeah, I know.
But in the credits it says Juggernaut as himself.
I actually didn't notice that in the credits.
But yeah, I like how they make fun Cable as Thanos. they even call him Thanos.
yeah. Zip it, Thanos.
I believe they make fun of Martha. They make fun of like, oh, you're so dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's like so many good lines, and how he make fun of like Logan like teasing like, oh, you have to. Thanks to me, you can make a R-rated film, and you have to make it somber. And then when he's dying, and then he came back to life at the very end. Like he's like, oh, I'm not dead yet.
I think I remembered in the what is it in one of the trailer they had the poster of the Logan movie in the background.
Kelvin,
Yeah, I noticed the
anything.
trailer.
Kelvin, you haven't said anything about the film yet.
Let's see. That
Since when did you put on a shirt?
Domi- Dom-
What the hell?
Yeah, I put on a shirt. Finally.
Suddenly.
What do you mean? I've always been wearing a shirt, Albert.
Oh, sure. Yeah. My bad.
So, Deadpool 2. Domino really really like Domino's. Not the pizza, the character.
yeah.
Uh, I don't really like Fire Fist. I'm just okay with it. And then the Juggernaut, it's pretty
Same.
cool. I don't know. I have mixed feeling about the Juggernaut being full CGI, but like it's pretty cool, so I don't really care.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know, by the way, Rick, you know
then-
the mountain should really be casted as Juggernaut if
Oh yeah, I
if
agree.
the MCU want to make the film.
Actually, I mean, yeah, it could work. He's big. He's
He's
dumb,
huge.
He's not dumb. He doesn't need to speak much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go on, Kelvin.
the
Sorry.
the scene where they jump the best scene to me is the funny scene is when they jump off the plane and then everyone just dies.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's unexpected, man.
That was one of the best one.
That
One
is
of the
that is
best
Brad
scenes.
Pitt's cameo. Terry Crews was in there and he died also. And there was like
Yeah,
someone.
exactly.
I think it's like there's an alien or
Is it?
something.
Yeah,
The one
I
that
forgot what his
spits
name is.
also.
The
that-
Asian
He
that-
got chopped.
that is-
He got chopped up by the blades. I think. So.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
did he got grinded? into
Shatter-
the-
no,
Shatterstar.
Yeah.
Shatterstar, Zeitgeist, which is played by Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård, Bedlam,
oh yeah.
and the Vanisher.
That's the guy. I almost say Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, it's it.
What is it with you and
It's
Steve
it.
Buscemi?
They have the same eyes. They have the same eyes.
It's it.
Exactly,
It.
And then the other best scene is when Fire Fist when Juggernaut is being moved and then Fire Fist like release him on the space thingy when they're on the truck and everything.
And they rip
Mhm.
Deadpool in half.
Yeah, before that. Yeah. That whole scene is really cool to me. The chase and everything.
Yeah. I like that Dopinder have a bigger role in this film.
Oh, Dopinder. Oh, yeah.
Also, by the way, sort of bit not really spoiler, but Dopinder he's in Detective Pikachu. I'm guessing because of Ryan Reynolds is his friend. So that's like a cool cameo when I saw
Oh,
him in the
really?
film.
Oh, I didn't know. Cool.
Is his name actually Dupinder in that movie too?
No, it's not.
God
But
damn
yeah,
it!
one thing that surprises me in this film because I didn't know about it is that they killed Vanessa really quickly in the film. I was like, oh man, I didn't know that they're gonna kill her off, which was kind of
Yeah.
it was a huge surprise for me.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one either. But then again, they also killed Thanos extremely quickly in Endgame. So
Yeah, I
Is
guess.
that a
Yeah.
complaint I hear?
it's an observation. Yeah.
Yeah, this film is
God damn
directed.
it.
This film is directed by David Leitch, one half of the John Wick duo, the first John Wick film. So yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, you guys have anything else to add about Deadpool 2?
Not much.
I
That's
haven't
it.
watched it.
Wait, you haven't watched it? Okay. All right then. So that is Deadpool 2, and now let's transition to X-Men First Class. I'll let someone else speak first now.
Wait, what
Alright,
number
John,
is it
first.
for people? My one's number 4. Is it 5 for Kelvin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 5 for me.
me and
five.
Albert.
No, then you do it first. It's lower.
Okay,
on the
wait.
list.
You do it first, right? Yeah, number 4.
I don't want to. I don't like going
Kel-
first.
Calvin, you go first.
I don't like going first. Go.
First Class. Honestly, sometimes I get mixed up with First Class and some other X-Men movies, but I think First Class. Wait, First Class is the movie where Professor X, the James McAvoy one, loses his ability to walk, right?
Yeah, that was a
Yes.
tragic moment when he like
Yeah.
the Magneto thing.
I don't know. I'm just okay with it. I don't really care. So
Then why is it on number 5? You don't care about it. What the fuck?
no, well, I don't know. Like I really like looking out at all the no because like usually in other X-Men movies we just see the same people, and this one
Okay.
they have like some new one like Banshee, uh, that black dude
Angel.
that can adapt.
Oh,
No,
Darwin.
Mar-
He
Darwin,
tried.
yeah, that dude, and then yeah, the Angel, and then what's the vet Nightcrawler
Azazel.
Azazel or something?
Azazel is really cool.
Yeah, Azazel, yeah, he's really cool. I really like him. And then yeah, and then there's the Diamond Lady.
Emma Frost.
I'm a first.
Yeah, but
Diamond
I
Lady.
don't really. I'm not really a fan of
Diamond
the main villain. But yeah, yeah,
Kevin Bacon's
it's fine.
character.
We
Yeah,
just call it
whatever his name is.
Kevin Bacon.
He absorbs stuff. That's all I know. Yeah.
Is that it?
uh, and then the scene when Magneto like stops the whole rocket from attacking.
Oh yeah, the
That
Cuban
scene's
Missile
really dope.
Crisis thingy.
Yeah, that scene is like oh yeah, oh that's really cool. Makes me go like that.
I
And
just like
then
the part. I like a part where Logan appears and he just tells them to fuck off.
Oh yeah, that is
yeah,
that is
yeah,
such a
I
I
like
good.
do,
I
I
like
do like
that.
that.
I
Dude.
like that small
I
cameo
like
too.
that. Dude.
Uh,
Go fuck yourself.
I like when they're trying to recruit Angel.
Angel played by Zoe
they
Kravitz.
they went to a strip club.
Yeah,
They went to the strip club.
yeah.
That
I,
your only.
I don't know about you guys. I know Togo is a history buff, so I don't know how you feel about this. But I like how they this X-Men film and an X-Men Days of Future Past, they sort of alter history based on the course of events of mutants. Like in this one, they explain the Cuban Missile Crisis is due to the mutant activity, which is them. And then they explain that in Days of Future Past about the Vietnam War and how JFK got killed because he's a mutant and because JFK is a mutant, and then Magneto was trying to curve the bullet away from JFK, trying to save him, but instead it killed him instead. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Especially once again, Teguh, because he's a history buff. I want to hear what he thinks. But
That's not how sniper works. Is that what I was gonna say?
Due to the Coriolis effect, the bullet.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I have no clue what that means.
Nerd.
But like yeah, like Calvin said, I like that they have a new cast. They have a new fresh face. It's directed by Matthew Vaughn, which also directed Kingsman. So it's at least a different director
Really?
because they have been because they have been using Bryan Singer for 2 films, and then I even forget who directed Last Stand. But then they go with Matthew Vaughn, which is like an interesting choice, and they cast all this great young cast, including Lawrence as Mystique in this film. I like this is probably my favorite portrayal of her as Mystique, which is in this film, and also
The
Rose
Lawrence version one.
yeah, Rose Byrne as Moria McTaggart is a nice backstory addition for Professor X. I like it. I like the relationship. Zoe Kravitz as Angel. I agree with Calvin. The villain is quite lacking. The Kevin Bacon. I forgot his. I think his character name is no Riptide is the other villain. Is the other character.
I don't know.
Just call him Kevin Bacon.
Uh,
It's a much more menacing name.
what's his name?
All I know here.
Sebastian Shaw. Yeah, he absorbs energy.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Riptide is the one who make like Twister or something. But yeah, January Jones as Emma Frost is a horrible casting. She might look the part, but she did horrible. Charlie Theron should really play Emma Frost. And
Who?
yeah,
Yeah,
Charlie-
that makes sense.
Charlie Theron.
You know, Kelvin, where we wanted to see her lesbian scene in that one movie, and then we're just like, fuck this.
Atomic
Oh
Blonde.
yeah,
Yeah.
damn it, Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, we were so disappointed. We ended up watching what's that movie called?
Annabelle.
Yeah, Annabelle Creation.
What?
That was a short scene in that film. And yeah, I like Nicholas Hoult as the Beast, which is we haven't seen the Beast that much in the X-Men films because we only seen him once in X-Men Last Stand, and then Nicholas Holt's portrayal in this one
Oh.
is pretty good. And yeah,
I
once
like
again,
this portrayal actually.
it's a young cast which is really good, and like people don't know how are they gonna make a young Professor X and young Magneto, and how are they gonna be able to live up to Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, which is like these all-time greats of actors, and then they cast James McAvoy, which is now a huge star, but at that time he's done lots of TV, he haven't done a lot of film. I'm looking at his IMDb, and there's not much in his previous film before he got X-Men, and so is Michael Fassbender. He haven't done a lot of stuff. He was in 300, but he wasn't in much other stuff. He was also in Inglourious Bastards, but he wasn't in much other film before that. So it's a so
I'm
the
sure
fact
if
that they
anybody
cast,
noticed, but James McAvoy actually played in the first Narnia movie.
oh yeah, he was in Narnia. He plays Mr. Tumnus, I believe.
The
This is his
goat,
name. Yeah,
the fucking
Mr.
goat.
Mr. Tumnus.
All right.
I think his
I
name
didn't
is
I didn't
Tumnus.
notice that at first, to be honest.
Oh my god, I got it right. The
Aw.
name of the character is Mr. Tumnus. How do I remember that? 2005.
Yeah.
I never actually watched Narnia.
Wow.
Okay.
I watch it because back in high school. What's the name of our teacher? The one that did English literature.
Mr. Brit.
Yeah, there we go. She told us to read. She told us to read. Now the Chronicles
Oh
of
yeah,
Narnia.
I still have the book.
I think I have it at home as well in Indonesia. But yeah. So yeah, and the fact that Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy not only nails the performance, but a lot of people prefer them over Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. It's an amazing feat.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will have never gotten the brain fingering and the constipated jazz hands without his, because, like, dude, Professor Patrick Stewart, Professor X, he never do that. All he does is just stare into the camera. That's all he does. And then Ian McKellen's like very subtle. Ian McKellen's like subtle. All he does is like lift up and then like do that. And then we got Michael Fassbender, which is like more expressionist, like.
I still don't understand that part where he keeps screaming while the coin goes through that head, like the sequel.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay.
PTSD.
It's because Magneto is doing it, right, and then Professor X is mind reading Sebastian
Oh,
Shaw,
yeah.
so his mind is connected with Shaw. So when Shaw's got like pierced with the coin, Professor X feels the pain as well.
Ah, shit.
By the way, talking about that scene, I want to give a shout out, Kelvin, to our high school part of our former basketball team, Bares. He made a video on YouTube. If you guys can find this, it's
Oh
called
god. No.
Economy.
It's called
economy class.
X-Men Economy Class.
X-Men economy class. I was gonna mention that, like somebody did it.
Oh
They
no, I
make
know
a
that.
parody
Oh
of that
god.
scene, and it's
God.
amazing.
Why?
You guys should
No,
Yeah,
check
watch
it.
that.
I'm gonna Google it right now. Was it gonna be there?
Don't put it on speaker. Feel free to watch it, but don't put it on speaker. I recommend that. Teguh know about it.
Yeah. Go ahead and watch that.
Yes, I know
so
about it.
Go
good.
ahead and watch that. X-Men Economy Class. So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I can't find it. I can't find it. Help.
But yeah, this film is great, and the best thing about it is the relation is that they expand the backstory on Professor X and Magneto that we've been hinted on throughout all this film that they are former friends, but they showcase their friendship and how their friendship broke apart due to their idolism, and how that sad ending where Magneto, do that and injured Professor X.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all now in our top 4, I believe, right? We done our top 4, so now we're down to the top 3, and I'm pretty sure we all have the same top 3. So let's just go with Ariq, Kelvin. What's your number 3?
Days of Future Past.
Oh, okay, sorry. Never mind. Same.
Wait. No, we haven't go to my number 4.
What is your number 4? Yeah. Because
We missed number 4. My bad.
Last time.
Movies, that's why.
That's my number 4.
What's your number? Oh, Ariq have number 4. Okay. My number 4 is X.
My number 4 is for flats.
My number 4 is X2 X-Men United. Last time is my number 10.
X2, I don't have that because I haven't watched it. Or I don't remember.
Wait, what number
Last
is?
time.
Okay, wait. So we'll talk about Last 10 now. Last 10 is my number 10. Your number 4. And what number is it in Ariq? Is it 10 as well?
9.
It was number 9, so it doesn't really count.
All right, I'll let Kelvin speak first because it's higher in this list.
Hey, the last time. First of all, I'm the juggernaut.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I first
That
know that from Machinima. It was a Halo
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
I didn't
skit.
know it was I didn't know it was
I
a
didn't know.
viral thing before and then the director took it and put it in the script. I didn't know that.
I
And
know it
then
from the Halo skit.
but besides that, the last stand was the first time I see like a bunch of that much superpowered human beings fighting each other.
Hmm.
So I was
It
like,
was
oh
it was
yeah,
Endgame before Endgame.
yeah. That was
Endgame
the
before
end
Endgame.
game before end game.
Well, yeah, the final fight is pretty cool. I'll give you that.
Yeah, mostly because of final fight, and then like the wings guy come out like, oh wings, and then
Mhm.
there's like that clapping guy.
Angel.
No,
Oh,
the
and
clapping
then
guy.
the clapping guy is I'm trying to remember. Avalanche. Avalanche.
Oh yeah, there you go. And then they're trying to save that little kid,
Leech.
the one that can. Yeah, Leech. There you go.
Calvin's like describing the mutants, and I'm giving the name.
And also Kitty Pride,
Oh yeah,
cutest.
if there is one positive thing is
Kitty
Kitty
Pryde
Pryde
was
in this
played
film.
by who
Kitty
again?
Pryde.
Ellen Page played Kitty
Kitty
Pryde, and
Pryde.
Alan
because
Page. Yeah, Alan Page.
Yeah,
her performance in this
she's
film
so cute.
all the way to Last Stand was pretty good. So if there is one thing that I
Yeah,
really
she's
like is
so
the
cute,
casting of Ellen
man.
Page. Because
And then I then
they have Kitty Pryde in all the other two films, but they changing actors all the time, so that they stick with Ellen Page is a good thing. Go on,
yeah.
Kelv.
Oh, and also the didn't they like put in the whole what's his name, the Dark Phoenix thing in there?
They
Or is
did.
that X2? I don't remember.
That's X2.
Oh yeah, there you go.
At the end of X2, it's hinted
X2
that
is
he got the
the
powers, but the powers manifest in this film.
yeah, yeah. See, in the last time, it's pretty cool. When Wolverine has to like the skeleton, you can see the skeleton and everything, and then like he just like stabs her. Then he cried or something. I think he cried. Did he
I mean,
cry?
I guess he was sad because he's the only one who
Yeah,
can kill her, and he knows that he have to kill her. But yeah,
yeah. Basically because of that, mostly. That's why I like it. And also, he moved a bridge, Magneto.
that is a really cool scene. Lifting up it's
Yeah,
in Alcatraz,
Is
it's in
it
San
the,
he
Francisco,
very
right? So yeah,
is it the
should
Golden
be
Gate?
higher.
huh?
Should be higher than
Yeah,
number 10.
with the Golden Gate.
Okay, I have my reasons. I have my reasons for number 10. I've seen this film twice now. The first time is when I don't know when, but the first time I like it. I thought it was pretty cool. They have that like underground mutants kind of organization which Magneto hire because like they need to fight against the people. And
Mm-hmm.
but the second time around I watch it. The second time around I watching it was when I was doing my X-Men marathon. And after seeing X-Men 1 and X-Men 2, this film just doesn't lives up. I blame it. It's the convoluted plot. Like there are like lots of cool scenes, like cinematically, lots of cool things. Casting wise, it's good. They have Kelsey Grammer as the Beast that we see for the first time, and yeah, lots of awesome scenes, like you said, like when there is a mutant that can duplicate himself, and then
Oh yeah, that one's
the
cool.
fight with Wolverine when he's cutting off people's limbs, and then he kick his dick and it's like try to grow that back. I'm like, okay, sure, that's pretty cool. Like there is lots of good stuff, but the plot is so convoluted because they're dealing with a mutant cure and they're dealing with Dark Phoenix, which definitely they could be two separate films, which could have been so much better.
Oh,
Because Dark Phoenix alone is like a lot of stuff that you have to deal with. And then the fact that they mix it up with the idea of a mutant cure and have to save this guy named Leech, who's like a curing stuff. Yours,
honestly, when I put on the list, I completely forgot about the whole plot of the movie. I just remember the cool scenes. That's why I put it on this high pick.
yeah, like once again, if like moments, there are some cool moments in this film. But it's just it's a mess. It's a huge mess. I believe this is the film where they first introduced the Danger Room, which is like the simulated training montage for the X-Men, which is like a cool
Oh yeah, yeah.
because we saw that if you know the comics, you read that, or if you
Mm.
saw the TV show in the animated form, you've seen that. But yeah, it's just too much going on at the same time, which was like a huge mess plot wise. The script is not the best. Simon Kinberg and Zach Penn wrote it. Brett Ratner, who's the director of Hercules and Rush Hour, directed this. And it was, I don't know, it was convoluted. If the best way to say it is it's convoluted, and the other films are just so much better. Yeah, Rogue giving up on life, trying to cure herself is kind of sad. But there is honestly not much that there's not a lot of stuff that I really like about this film. I hate that they kill Cyclops really fast though. They kill him like so fast in this film.
Cyclops did die.
Like he went
Doesn't he die on the second X2?
No, he went Jean Grey was assumed dead at the X2, and then at the beginning of this film he went back to the lake.
Right.
He went back to the lake
Jean Grey
because
that died.
he thought Jean Grey calling him, and then he met with Jean Grey, and then Jean Grey just killed him.
Yeah. I thought Cyclops is the one that died. I forgot.
And they also have a backstory in this film, I believe, of like Professor X and Ian McKellen trying to recruit Jean Grey, a young Jean Grey.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's a pretty cool scene.
But yeah, aside from the good casting and some cool scenes, the film was nothing. Oh, Sean
How about
Ashmore.
you, Rick?
Sean Ashmore as Iceman and Aaron Stanford as Pyro are good casting as well. I like it. And Daniel Cudmore as Colossus. Ariq doesn't remember much about this film, don't he?
I don't know shit.
that should be Colossus
Straight up.
underline. That should be Colossus underline. I'm the Juggernaut. Juggernauts. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, and I don't know shit. Have to seen this film?
What? Which one?
Last Stand.
X-Men Last Stand, the third one in the original trilogy. No?
Okay.
I have not.
Ariq, what's your number 4?
This is my number 4.
Oh, your number 4 is first class. Your number 4 is first class.
Yeah, we are not to top 3 now, I think.
Top 3. Well, for me, it's 3 at least.
I don't think we've discussed my number 4 yet.
Yeah, what's your number
What is
4?
X2 X-Men United.
I didn't watch that. I didn't put it in.
Yeah, you
Oh yeah,
didn't-
we haven't talked about that.
What number
Okay,
is that?
I'm
What
gonna-
number is that on your list, Kelv?
7.
Wow, that's quite low. Okay.
That's
Alright, Albert and Kelvin go
Good
back to
enough,
talking.
really.
Me and Teguh will just, I don't know, something.
There are lots of good scenes. This is for the longest time the best X-Men film in my opinion. The opening montage of Nightcrawler teleporting in the White House and trying to kill the president was such an awesome scene.
Oh wait, was that the next? Wait, was that the next 2? Because I remember that scene actually.
That's
That's
such a cool scene.
I remember that scene, but I didn't know the whole. I didn't know what movie it was.
And then the villain is William Stryker, who's trying to use Professor X to basically kill the brain of every living mutant in the world using Cerebro. And this film saw the X-Men and the Brotherhood teaming up, which is a pretty cool scene. Once again, of course, we saw Nightcrawler in this film introduced, and Mystique, played by Rebecca Romijn, was pretty good. It was much better in this film than in the first one, but we didn't see much of that. And it's freaky how the way, because William Stryker's son is like a mutant as well that I forgot his powers, but he's the one who controlled Professor X. And the fact that he used his own son as like a device is like disgusting and freaky, which is like such a good villain move. And this is the first time also that we saw a hint of Berserk Wolverine when the X-Mansion got invaded and they have to run away. And Wolverine's like, let me take care of these people. So they had to kill. There's a brief hint of that. And there is a line in this film which I really, really like. And it's because the best thing about the X-Men films and the X-Men comics is that it is literally like a reflection of like diversity in real life. Like mutants are supposed to be like minorities, right? Like humans is like the mean people. So it's like racism in a way. And there is a line in the film where Iceman goes to his parents' house and he revealed that he is a mutant. And then his mom is like, can you try not being a mutant? And that's like a reflection of like if someone asks a white man as a black man, it's like, can you try not being a black dude? It's like, oh my god, that's like such a
That's very
disgusting.
difficult, man.
That's such a disgusting line. That's such a disgusting line and such a well written line because that's how they're trying to reflect society in a way. And yeah, the whole scene with Iceman with Rogue and Pyro and Wolverine in Iceman's house with his brother and everything. It's like such a sad moment because they have to leave his home and like the way how his parents doesn't accept him. And yeah, it's just it's such a good film. So many action sequences. The final fight in the end is cool. With Storm and Nightcrawler and everything. And then the fact that they killed Jean Grey, which was unexpected at that time, because it was only 2 films in, and they killed Jean Grey and Jean Grey how he sacrificed everything. And yeah, there is a lot of cool stuff in this film and very well written, very well directed. Practicing once again. So yeah, that is my review on next two. Kelvin.
As I was putting on the list, I do not remember any of the plot, so I have to Google that. And once I Google it, I don't remember any scenes of it. Besides
So it is illegible. Illegible.
outside of the Lady Deathstrike versus
I haven't forget about that.
I only remember that.
That's a good scene.
I only remember that and the scene where Iceman makes a wall in the hallway.
Yeah.
So that the William Striker people cannot go to. That's the only 2 scenes I remember. That's why I don't. That's why I put it number 7 because I don't remember much from there. Unlike last time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's a while back. What year is it really? 2003. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good film, and I like that Kurt Wagner is having a German accent.
That is not German.
What?
I dare you to do a better German accent right now. Do a better German accent right now.
See, wrong choice of word there, Albert.
Hey.
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nine.
starting from now on,
Going there.
we will review all the film in German accent.
Then why do you
Guten
sound like
Tag.
an Indian?
I don't know.
Then why do you sound so Indian? God damn it.
Okay. Before we transition to the top 3, I want all of us to do our best impression of a teleporting Nightcrawler. Ariq, go ahead.
Okay.
What's your
God damn it, I was gonna do that.
I was just thinking of the sound effects, but you do it like this. I applaud you for the effort. I'll just think about the sound effects.
I was
God damn it,
gone.
Alex.
Kelvin,
I went
do your best sound effect impression of Nightcrawler.
I don't know.
Stuck in a German accent. That sounds like Indian. Okay.
Guten Tag.
Teguh, do your best teleportation impression.
See Kyle.
That is so racist.
Teguh's not even gonna attempt this. Teguh's like, what? I don't.
Blitzkrieg.
No. He just did it. You didn't notice, but the Teguh actually teleported really quickly and he went back. You didn't notice.
Yeah,
no?
wanna see me do it
You
again?
didn't notice.
No. No.
Yeah, see, he just did
Wanna
it.
see me
He just did it.
do it again?
All right, so that's my teleportation sound effects right there. Oh, I just farted.
I actually did the teleportation.
That's my sound effect. All right, number 3. Who's gonna do the first number 3? No one of us have revealed number 3. I believe it's the same for all top 3.
No, I said mine already because I was tricked into saying it.
So yours is Last Stand. Yeah, yours is Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Mine is also Days of Future Past.
That's my number 2. So let's just talk.
Okay.
Three.
Let's just talk about it then.
Okay,
Wait, it's number 3 or
Kelvin, let's.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Let's
what's
so
number
now
three?
number 3 is Days of Future Past.
Who's going to remember? Like,
Oh,
it's hard to explain how to like what I remember from that.
I mean, it's basically a time travel story in the post-apocalyptic future.
Yeah, I remember the
But-
post-apocalyptic story and they sent Wolverine back in time to like fix everything.
Back to the 70s, to the Vietnam War era, to fix everything, to make sure that the Sentinels does not happen. played
All right.
by
Yeah.
Bolivier Trash, played by Tyrion Lannister, aka Peter Dinklage.
We didn't know it was Tyrion. We didn't watch that shit back then.
Yeah, but we do know
We
now.
didn't watch Game of Thrones. We didn't watch Game of Thrones back then. Okay, so, but anyway, I guess the Days of Future Past. I guess it's like one of the first like Wolverine movies that is like you know, well for me at least, yeah, that is actually good. You know, like unlike Origins, which was kind of shit. Well, it was a shit show. The
Uh-huh.
previous movies were
What
just
movie?
okay. No, no, like I said, it's like one of the better like movies, Wolverine movies. I know it's not a
Uh,
Wolverine movie, but he is like the main character of
Yeah,
this like
Wolverine is
movie.
centric.
Yeah, he is the main character. It's not a Wolverine movie, but he's the main character. And even though they like implemented that time traveling shit, it wasn't actually like that difficult to understand. Like usually when you put like time traveling, usually the movie the story gets really confusing. But this
Yeah.
one is they kept it relatively simple. All you have to do is like go back in time, prevent Mystique from getting killed, prevent Tyrion Lannister from making the Sentinels, and then that's it. Everything's fine.
And they set up the rules for the time travel pretty smart as well. So not like that everyone can travel back because they're not really time traveling, but they're pushing the subconscious of Wolverine,
To
his younger
to the
self,
past.
which is
Yeah, to
why
his
they
younger
which is
self.
why they explain why Professor X and Magneto cannot do it because it have to be someone who's like Wolverine who can like regenerate enough to not die, basically. Which is like a
Yeah, yeah.
smart, it's smart script writing.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, that was actually very creative. Instead of having like a van or something that makes them travel back in time. Why am I throwing shade at Endgame? Why am I throwing shade at Endgame? That is so unneeded.
they think X-Men is better than Endgame.
Actually, yeah, actually, it's better than
All the,
Endgame.
all
What
the,
you
all
gonna
the,
do about it?
all the
Huh?
haters right now is like doing that.
God damn it!
No,
Every time I talk, everything just goes sideways.
yay.
but
Yeah,
I like
but yeah,
Sideways
yeah,
is a
yeah.
character.
that's a Transformers thing, but okay. Calvin, why was it your number three? Number three.
The opening scene.
Oh yeah,
It's
And
really
the
cool.
opening scene it was actually really good. I like
The
the
yeah.
opening
opening
scene.
scene
They,
when the
they
Sentinels
introduced
are attacking them,
they,
and then the mutants is just like going all out to kill and then to get rid of the Sentinels, and the Sentinels just kill them one by one. I was like, yes, I like killing.
that's an awesome opening scene.
Oh
Exactly.
wait,
And then
and also because of this movie, X-Men Days of Future Past, I'm like my hopes for Quicksilver in
Yeah,
Avengers
yeah,
X-Men.
exactly.
I was like, I thought he would be
Yeah,
like something like
that's the
that, and
first
then
time we
apparently
saw
he's a
that Quicksilver
disappointment.
scene, which is like very new to us. We're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was you, and we kind of hoped it would be in the next movie, and they did it like 10 times better in there.
Do you guys remember what the title of the song is when he was running around? Little trivia.
no, why would I know that?
I remember the one from Apocalypse, not
Yeah,
this one,
one
not
from
this one.
Apocalypse. The one from Apocalypse is "Sweet Things Are Made of This."
Yeah,
Something like that. And
yeah,
then this one,
sweet dreams are made of this.
this one is "Time in a Bottle."
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
I don't remember that song.
But yeah, the opening scene, like Calvin said, is awesome. They introduce Sunspot, Blink, Warpath. They have Colossus, Iceman, and Bishop, and Kitty Pryde in the opening scene.
And Kitty Pryde is there too. That's why
Yeah,
I'm happy.
they just killed all of them off, and then they have to go back in time and do it again. So they introduce lots of new. Okay, the fact that I love about this is how they manage the ensemble cast. They have so much ensemble cast. Not only the older X-Men, the bad guys, including Professor Magneto, and then how they deal with the younger X-Men as well. And it feels so seamless. The way how they wrote it, and it seems so seamless. And like Ariq said, it's smart that they set the rules and the time traveling thing so that they cannot be like, oh, everyone just go back in time. That will be easier. But no, you have to rely on Wolverine. And at the same time, they have to make sure that Wolverine cannot spend his whole life in the past, because in the future there is an imminent danger that the Sentinel is coming, and they have to fend off Sentinel from coming into and killing all the mutants. And Storm was pretty cool in this film, and Kitty Pryde is more centric in this film, which I like. Also, by any chance, have any of you guys seen the other cut, the director's cut of this film?
No.
The director
What's the
cuts on this film.
difference?
You know how in this film is Kitty Pryde mostly focusing and like pushing, doing the power for Wolverine. In the director's cut, basically, I like it a bit better, but it doesn't give much. Basically, Kitty Pryde, you know how Wolverine like at one moment like sort of lose consciousness and then his claws come out and like slash Kitty Pryde. And in the actual film, it's just Bobby that froze the wound, so it doesn't go so bad. In the director's cut, the wound was so bad, and even though Bobby was freezing it, it wasn't really working, and Kitty Pryde got weaker and weaker. So I forget who did they asked to recruit, but they basically recruit Rogue, and Rogue was there, and somehow Rogue got her powers again or something, and basically Rogue absorbed the power of Kitty and is the one who controls Wolverine.
Oh, wait, never mind. I heard of that somewhere.
It doesn't add much. It doesn't add much, but it's cool to see Rogue back. And yeah, it's
Cool.
How they balance the cast and the story is amazing. Peter Dinklage as Bolivar Trask.
Tyrion.
It's like it's pretty cool because you don't see a lot of midgets as a villain in big screen, and he plays pretty good villain.
Midgets, and you said I was offensive. God damn it.
What's a better phrase?
Dwarf, I don't know.
Short person.
Height intolerant.
Height deficient.
I've never heard that phrase before. And Ariq, how is dwarf less offensive than midgets?
I don't know, because dwarves are cool and midgets is like an offensive word.
Is it
Yes.
really? Well, I'm sorry if it is.
Yeah, I think midget
Yeah,
is more
man.
offensive than dwarf.
Oh, is it? Okay, then my bad.
I mean, dwarves sound cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how about
Have you seen The Hobbit? They were so badass.
what if we call them gnomes?
Oh god,
no, not no. because
No.
That's even more offensive. That's even more offensive.
They don't belong in the garden, dumbass.
All right, so let me rephrase.
No.
So let me rephrase.
Oh.
We haven't seen a lot of height deficient actors as a villain. Hey,
How
okay.
about like
To all,
Smurf?
to all the dwarves out there listening, I highly respect you guys, and I am a huge fan of Tyrion Lannister and Peter Dinklage. So I mean no offense.
And the guy from Jackass too. I like that guy. He's funny.
Who?
And I watched Jackass. There's that one
Steve-O?
height deficient man.
Oh, not
Oh, yeah, I forgot his name.
Not Steve-O.
It's not Peter Dinklage. It's not Peter Dinklage. I don't know what his name is. It's a Jackass. I don't know.
Yeah. He's a professional skateboard.
Oh, really? What the hell?
Yeah, he is. Surprisingly, I didn't even know that. All right, so moving on, continuing.
Oh, one more thing. I like how in the very end, once they go back to the future, we see a glimpse of the X Mansion off and running again, and then we see Jean Grey again. We see Cyclops again back alive, which is like quite sweet, and could have been a good ending if X-Men stopped right there, but they decided to do Apocalypse. So there you go.
Bert, when you say like, hold on, you want to say something else? I thought you were going to say something else about height deficient people.
No, no.
Oh, you just set up the term deficient.
I have one thing to say though, and it's not really related to the film. It's about the marketing of the film. You know how this film. You know how the film.
Every time you say you want to say something, I keep thinking of.
Oh, put the height, Kelvin.
You know how this film is. You know how
God
this film is made and distributed by Fox, and how the Spider-Man film is made and distributed by Sony. But somehow the post-credit scene for Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a clip from X-Men Days of Future Past, which is so weird to me.
What? That's weird.
Do you guys remember that? I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember that, but that's weird.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's the clip where Mystique is saving the mutants from the war tent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was in the post-credit scene for the Spider-Man film, which is like so weird, out of nowhere. It's like not even related at all. So yeah.
Self shameless promotion.
All right. So yeah, that's
Plug,
my
Okay,
plug
let's
in.
plug.
that's why it's my number two. Number. So I'm guessing your number two are Deadpool or Logan.
Yeah. And number 3 is Deadpool.
Logan. Well, number 2 is Logan.
Oh, okay. So my
Oh, what?
number
No, I'm just
Deadpool
kidding. No, I'm not just kidding. What the fuck? No, it's Deadpool.
Deadpool is my number three. I'll let you guys speak.
Kelvin, why do you like Deadpool so much? 'Cause he's so cool. Okay.
Deadpool. I don't know. That's the most. I don't know. Deadpool. The
I
first
mean,
one is
okay, well,
the first time it was a proper Deadpool is made. Proper movie about Deadpool is made, and then like
yeah, after
a
that
lot
shit
of
show.
yeah, and then there's a lot of those reference joke that I find funny, and then but then the story is like also very nice.
It's a
Like
love story.
doesn't yeah, it's a love story basically.
It's a love story.
Yeah, they promoted at one point as a romantic movie.
They do, and it's so
Technically-
smart.
It was
Yeah,
released on.
technically
It
it
was released on Valentine's. It was released on Valentine's.
Yeah, exactly. Technically, it is. If you just
I would
like
I
don't
would
look
know
at the
because
gory stuff.
I went on a date to watch that.
Yeah.
I would know.
Oh,
And
nice.
then the fighting is really cool. The jokes really hits with people, and then it doesn't like unlike Deadpool 2 where they put too much stuff. This one is just like nice, clean, concise. Easy to understand and everything.
It was kind of
Uh,
clean and unclean at the same time.
Negasonic Teenage
There was like
Warhead.
parts here and there.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Such a cool name.
Yeah, and yeah, they introduce us to that like the very wacky weird one, the Negasonic thing girl.
Negasonic, yeah.
I don't remember her name.
So yeah, so what I like about Deadpool, I guess, is that before watching the movie, I kind of knew like some things about Deadpool. I even like saw a gameplay of one of the Deadpool games. I forgot which
Oh, yeah,
one.
I played the Deadpool game.
Yeah, it was there. Like, so my expectation was like something like that. It was like wacky, weird, and a lot of like fourth wall breaks.
Fourth wall breaking.
And that is exactly what they delivered. It was like up to expectations, which is weird because usually when I expect something over the top, I'm like, they're not gonna do that. That's too weird. And then in the actual
Exactly.
movie, they actually did that shit, and I'm like, yeah,
This meets our expectation,
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's why it's
Meets
like
our
it-
expectation of
Is
randomness.
Deadpool your favorite Marvel character, Kelv?
No,
Tails good.
Oh, it's not. I thought it is.
no. What are you talking about? No.
What is your favorite?
Why do you put me on the spot right now?
Okay then. Okay.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay. Teguh, did you watch this film? I'm pretty sure you do, right?
Didn't you like? Didn't
Yeah.
you watch it with Dad?
Deadpool?
See.
Yeah, of course. No.
Wait, you watched
Wait.
that?
So did you
Isn't
watch
that
it or
like-
no? What did you thought of the film?
Yes, I watched it. It was
Good.
fun.
Fun.
Nice.
Technically, yeah. It is supposed to be like
fun.
a fun movie.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is how little other
How little what?
mutants.
What, sorry?
Wow.
How little what?
The good just froze.
Connected.
You-
How
You're-
little like other mutants.
How
We
little
just froze
other
again.
mutants.
Is that a
Oh,
jab?
yeah.
Is that a jab at Peter Dinklage?
No.
The mutants.
I think it's how little the mutants are
Teguh,
depicted, is it?
We have been
Is it-
we stopped talking about
Perhaps.
height deficient CNE or we stopped talking about that already.
Oh no. Oh no, I thought we were still talking about it.
And they just make a whole new episode about about this.
No, we can make a whole episode about.
Best dwarfs in movies.
That's not fair, man. Peter Dinklage has been getting all the spotlight. most of the time.
Hey, I mean, Warwick Davis should be up there from Harry Potter and Star Wars. There's a lot.
We're getting
Okay.
off
Teguh,
topic here.
do you have anything else to say about Deadpool? I feel bad because you say the least so far.
Well,
No?
his connection is a bit.
Off
I can't hear
topic.
Teguh. Wait, what? I can't hear Teguh.
I have so many things to say about Deadpool.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I do. You don't
Now
have
we
to.
can.
You don't have to scream into the microphone.
Are you sure you can hear me now?
No, closer.
guess.
Put the microphone in your mouth.
Ah!
Stop it. My God, I feel
don't
bad
have
for the
much to
audience.
add.
Okay, I have a lot to add. First of all, the marketing is brilliant. If I were to do a thesis statement for this film, is that Deadpool set the bar for marketing so well that Ryan Reynolds is literally how he did marketing for Detective Pikachu is like so brilliant, and he learned it from how they did Deadpool. And not only that, the story is so. This is like one of the first blockbuster films, maybe aside from like Ferris Bueller Days Off, which they break the fourth wall, and it's like brilliant. Also, interesting fact, not that any of you guys care, this is my first R-rated film that I saw in the theater.
Wow.
You're a big boy now, Albert.
I watched it with Kelvin. I watched it with Kelvin on the theater with this one. And
Oh, so
when we
Kelvin
watch
was
it, when we walked out of the theater, we were going down the escalator. Then we meet the teacher.
I don't recall, but yeah, this film is like
Yeah, we meet the teacher.
this film is so meta. They break the fourth wall. It's literally a love story, and the way how they wrote it, it's not like a linear origin story from like what happened, like how he got his powers and everything like that. But it starts off with action, and then it goes to a flashback of showing how he got his love story with Vanessa, and then how he eventually got his powers, and what it goes back flash forward to his mission, and why he want to kill Ajax. You guys didn't even mention Ajax, aka Francis, which is such a good villain.
Francis.
And it's like smart because it reflects how Deadpool keep on regenerating, but the villain is like someone who cannot feel pain. And then we glimpse over the fact that it's a love story, but it's really, really it's a legit good love story. And there is a quote that I really love from this film, and it's in the opening film. Like after he does the bridge fight, you guys remember the bridge fight, right? In the opening scene.
Yeah.
And then there's like a freeze frame where Deadpool just like stabs a guy like that. And then in the freeze frame, Deadpool says the quote, "You're probably thinking, my boyfriend said this was a superhero movie, but that guy in the suit just turned that other guy into fucking kebab. Well, I may be super, but I'm no hero. And yeah, technically this is murder. But some of the best love stories start with a murder. And that's exactly what this is, a love story. And to tell it right, I'm gonna take you back long before I squeeze this ass into red spandex." It's like that is the perfect quote to tell the movie.
I find that extremely convenient because I actually had a girlfriend back then, and I actually did watch with her. It was convenient.
If you were to sum up this film
Where's Kelvin Black? Hey, stop being black.
If you were
racist.
If you were to sum up this film with one quote, that quote sums up everything perfectly.
Yeah, pretty much, really.
And yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And it's probably one of the best Stanley cameos.
What was he? Oh, he was a DJ, right, in a strip club.
Yeah, he was a DJ in a strip club.
Yeah, and it's like the film is so creative. Someone died using a Zamboni, like slow motion is like to kill someone with a Zamboni. And yeah, they use the breaking the fourth wall so well. Blind Al, who's in this film, is like so funny, like a cure for blindness and stuff like that. There's something like that. Dopinder, and like how, and the side gag of how he want to get the girl, and then he just told him to put the guy in the back of the trunk.
Oh yeah.
Still remember that one scene where he's like, "Dopinder, that's bad. Good job."
Dopinder, that's bad. Good job.
And yeah, it's like it's so good. Blind Al, Dopinder, Weasel, who's in this film as well. There is even the Ajax sidekick, which I forget the name. I think it's Angel Dust. And yeah, we saw Carlos. Dude, the fight where he tried to punch
superhero landing.
When he tried to punch Colossus' crotch. Oh, your poor wife. and then when he become a little T-Rex, so his arm is like broken, and he tried to kick him, and then his leg's broken. I lost it at that moment. I cracked up so hard.
It's funny. There's also a part where like his hand, because he cut it off, it becomes like a baby hand.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like if out of I said X-Men Days of Future Past have a good script, but this script just stops X-Men Days of Future Days of Future Past script by like a ton. It's just so brilliant writing in terms of story and there's the jokes and everything. It's so good. All right. So I'm guessing we're up to our number one and all of us is the same.
Logan.
Yep. X-Men Origins
Logan
Wait.
Paul.
Wait, if Deadpool is your number two, your three, then
Days of Future Past is my number two.
okay then.
And yeah, number one is Logan. That's all the same.
Logan Paul. You're
All
the
right,
Logans.
Since I'm pretty sure Teguh have seen this, so we'll let Teguh said it first. Set the bar, Teguh, for Logan.
Logan was a very it was supposed to be a very nostalgic, I suppose, movie and ending. But because I watched jack shit of the other movies, it was
Teguh,
it
Can I-
didn't
can I correct
have
you?
the same effect on me.
Teguh,
Is
can I
all
correct
I'm
you?
gonna say.
The actor name is Jackman, not Jack Shit. Just a correction.
Hey,
Jack
I
shit.
never said that. I never said that.
Nice.
But yeah.
Did you like the film?
I think we
Wait,
all like the film.
just-
Did we watch
yes.
it together?
Just wondering, out of your four, how does this
I
rank?
think we did.
Out of the four that you have, how does this one rank? Just wondering.
Probably number one.
Okay. All right then.
All things considered.
Ariq and Kelvin, what you guys think of the film?
It was
De nada.
Yes.
De nada.
De nada. You're welcome.
De nada.
Stupid.
De nada.
Okay, so
De nada.
I know.
what I think about the film is, I don't know, like I've never seen a film where they've been able to make everything like directed smoothly. You know, like it has everything. Like a lot of the story, like it involves like a there's like a lot of drama. There's a lot of like like different parts. But even in the end, they were able to include more action than the whole than the whole Wolverine movies combined, which was kind of surprising, because I thought it was gonna be like one of those like more drama focused movies,
Mhm.
but yet they were still able to like put that in there, so that simple minded retards like me can actually enjoy some action. You know, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't
So
want
that's why
to.
like
I don't want to claim that you're a retard, but okay.
I claim I'm a retard. Fuck you. anyway, anyway, so like yeah, like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a, a damn a damn good movie that's been thought out really well. I wasn't really a big fan of the X-Men movie, so it didn't really have the same impact like what you said. But it was still like like I can understand why people like claim like it's the best. I can understand why people like are sad about it and all that. It's easy to understand why. And I thought it was like a good it was technically the best conclusion until Endgame. Technically, best conclusion for what Wolverine, I guess, not the whole X-Men.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Kelvin.
So yeah.
I don't know much to say about it. It's just good. It's good.
Like we put it at our number one,
Okay.
but we can't
No.
explain why
Yeah,
it's
well,
our number one.
Then explain what kind of stuff did you like from this film. You cannot just say it's good.
I can. I just did.
Did not. Did not.
He just did.
Yes, did not.
You sure don't want to spend this time to explain your arguments, Kel?
Okay,
Let's
X23
see.
was quite
Daphne
uh,
Keane is really good. The action is amazing. Who's his
Daphne
name?
Keane is really good. Hey, stop right there, FBI.
I am talking about her acting prowess.
Oh, okay.
Are you
Nothing
now?
more than that. Definitely
FBI
nothing more
stand
than
down.
that.
FBI stand down.
FBI open up.
Stand down.
Stand
No,
down.
moshi moshi FBI desu.
We're getting off track again.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. The Daphne Keane is amazing. The action is amazing. The whole story thing is really good. And then What else? What else do I have to say?
I got a lot to say about this film.
I don't know. Just watch the old videos of Jao movies. That's
No,
all.
no,
all
no,
the
no.
If you have a
pictures
lot to say, say it.
Please don't watch the whole
there. all my thoughts are there.
Oh yeah, you were in the spoiler review. I forget about that.
Yeah, I am in the spoiler review.
One of my very first ones.
I don't remember much because
Very
it's
true
been a
quality.
while since I watched it, but I do remember I say a lot in that one review we do.
Yeah, we did. I'm wondering, how many times have you guys, each of you, how many times have you guys seen this film?
I watched it once.
I watched
Logan
it,
once.
I watched it twice. I think I watched it once with like
Why was I supposed to watch it more than once?
No, I'm just wondering.
I watched it once with my parents and one time with I think it was you, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I watch it. I watch it. I watch it. I watch it 3 times. I think twice in the theaters, one at home. And
Wow.
it's just
Logan,
Oh,
I watched it twice
review
then.
of
Never
Joe
mind.
movies.
Because I watched
Wait.
it in the plane going to Japan.
Albert,
Huh?
Albert, your Logan review has 134 views.
Are you checking my channel?
Is that a problem?
No. It's free publicity. I accept that. But yeah, yeah. I love this film. It's still one of my all-time favorite film all time, not just comic book. And I'm just gonna start with the if I were to criticize this film, it's probably the third act. Not the third act fight in terms of storyline. Like I'm not the biggest fan of how Wolverine have to fight himself, literally, technically. But it's
Oh yeah, no. Fun fact about that scene.
that's like very nitpick. Go on.
Oh yeah, no. Fun fact about that scene. The other
Yeah.
Wolverine is completely CGI.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you mean completely CGI?
The face.
Well, okay, the face
The
is
head.
yes. The head is yes. But
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
the
the
whole
head.
thing.
I mean.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
they
no,
did
not
it
the
like
whole
fully
body.
generated.
They basically do
But
what
still, though, fully generated CGI face is really hard to do.
I mean,
That's what I'm
they do that for
saying.
Princess. They put that for Princess Leia in Rogue One, and also for
But
what's the name?
I mean,
Tarkin in Rogue One, and they also
no,
do it for
Albert.
Steve Rogers in Captain America: First Avengers.
Yeah, but not for extended time like this.
Okay, I guess. Yeah. That's true. But yeah, I
Exactly.
love the fact that we got to see Berserk Wolverine for the first time. We didn't even discuss the fact that this is R-rated. Like people been wanting an R-rated Wolverine, and they finally do it, and they do it in like literal the best way possible. The all Berserk fight Wolverine in the very end when he's just like running intensely and then just killing everyone, and the brother and the father and daughter fight in the very end. I think I said this in my non-spoiler review with Kelvin, and Kelvin laughed, and I was like, that final fight where definitely X-23 and Wolverine's fighting, it's like take your daughter to work day.
Take your daughter. Well, you're not wrong.
It's such a cool scene, and then like Daphne Keane is so good. I'm checking her IMDb page, and she doesn't have a lot of thing going on aside from Logan, and she literally is a star in the film. People even argue that she should be nominated for Best Supporting Actress. And yeah, this film, people was like arguing if it should have been nominated for Best Picture or not. I think it definitely should. I love the fact that it got nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, the first of many going forward for comic book films. Patrick Stewart should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor because he's so good in that film. And yeah, Professor X, and the fact that his performance is so good, how like he's lost his mind, and the fact that he killed all of the mutants, which is like so sad. And whenever he does his seizure, that seizure moment in that casino hotel was like, it was a great scene.
No, that was really good.
Boyd Holbrook, who played Pierce, which is the villain, is a pretty good villain in my opinion. We also see Caliban in this film, played by Stephen Merchant, which is a good casting. X-24, like you said. And the fact that it's taking place in a post-apocalyptic future, and there is even a reference to an X-Men comic book, which is like kind of neat, like kind of meta.
Dude, the whole movie's fun fact is it's because of the comic book going to the Eden's place or something.
Yeah, and like it started off in such a grim place that Logan was a limo driver in the beginning of the film. It's such a low bar. Is someone watching video? Ariq, are you watching a video?
I'm not.
Pause it, Ariq. Pause it. Watch it in your free time. Don't watch it with speaker. But yeah,
it's your review of Logan.
but yeah, the
Link
film.
down
Well,
in the description.
that's where my full thoughts is. That's when
No, this is just
that's when the
no.
movie
This is
still
just
fresh in my
no. This
mind.
is just Albert. It's just his. It's not your spoiler review. Your
God damn
spoiler
it!
review only. Your
By the
spoiler
way,
review got less views, Kelvin.
by the by the way, as I was saying, Daphne Keane was so good. The fact that she doesn't say anything until that scene in the car, and when
Until the
Nada.
nada.
and once she
Until the
did,
nada.
and once she did, there was sort of like a scene stealer because everyone's like, "Whoa, she can talk." Even Wolverine's like, "You can talk this whole time." Like it's such a good performance
can
that
talk.
she doesn't say much, and whenever she says, she steals the scene. And the first introduction to her powers is when she's eating the cereal, and then she just rolls the
Yeah,
head
her
just rolls
introduction
the
was
head of the
quite cool
person.
actually.
And
She just
and
like
when we first saw her with the leg claws, it's like really cool.
Oh yeah, the leg
And
claws thing.
it's
Oh, yes.
this film is executed so well, and it's so sad. The last thing that Professor X remember is that he thought Wolverine killed him. When Professor X was in the bed, and
Yeah.
he was talking to what he thought was Wolverine, and he's saying like, "I'm finally satisfied in my life. This is what life is all about." And then, like, as soon as he's feeling satisfied, he got killed, and he thought it was Wolverine who does that. It's like, oh, such a poor end, such a sad ending.
Ah, yeah.
And
that is what we call a big oof.
and the scene also when they're having the dinner with the family, like sort of like a small moment is kind of nice. And when they have to bury Professor
Oh
X.
shit!
What happened?
Ariq died.
when they have to bury Professor X, there was a sad scene with X-23 and Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, and of course the final scene when Wolverine died. It was so heartbreaking how he died as well.
Mm.
And the fact when it's like when Logan was telling Laura to like take your friends and run. They'll keep coming and coming. You don't have to fight anymore. And Logan's like, go. Don't be what they made you. And like Laura just started crying. And when Laura said "daddy" to Logan, it broke me. I'm like, oh no. And
Many movies broke you though.
no, but this like in terms
A man broken from many movies.
no in terms of like
A
legit,
broken man.
in terms of like there are films that make me tear up. There are films that make me like literal like broke, like pouring. This film does that. And how I would say the "I love you" the hamburger scene from the cheeseburger scene
Yes,
from
Albert.
Avengers Endgame is that moment for Endgame when it hits you. The scene in here is when Laura was about to walk away, and then she grabbed the cross and then turns into an X.
That was
yeah.
their version of "I love you" 3,000.
It's just a nice
Yeah,
thing about the end.
it's such a good ending. Once again, all the performances were amazing. Great casting, great story. God damn it! Stop the video. You're throwing the audio quality. Ariq,
Why
there's a
is
time
there
and
two
place for
Alberts?
everything.
Why
There's a
is
time and
there
place
two
for everything.
Alberts?
And yeah,
Why is there two hours? I don't know.
I just love this film to death. God damn it, Ariq, please, can you not? I'm not gonna continue the podcast until Ariq stop the video.
God, no, we're gonna continue the damn podcast.
Oh no.
I forfeit.
All right, so
Hey, that's my line.
we got through we got through all the 10 films. So now we just have to rank it. So number 1 is definitely Logan because it's all of our number 1.
No, I have decided it's not number 1.
Okay, let me write down in my notepad. Number 1 is Logan. Number 2 is Deadpool. Number 3 will be X-Men: Days of Future Past. Number 4 will be, based on this list, it's gonna be X-Men First Class, I think, because it's 5, 5, and 4. Okay. Number 5. Ariq, you don't have X-Men. You don't have X2, don't you?
No, I didn't include it.
And Kelvin, what number is it? X2 for you? Number 7?
Number 7, yeah.
Okay. That's rough. Okay. What rank is Deadpool for you guys? Deadpool 2.
Two. Oh, Deadpool 2 is 5, was it?
Kelvin?
Yeah, it's 5.
Deadpool 2 is 6.
Okay, then it makes sense that Deadpool 2 will be in here. Deadpool 2 will be number 1, 2, will be the 5th one, I guess. And then since X2 is not in Ariq's list, it probably is number 10 if we're using that rule. Even though I really wanted high up because it was my number 4.
It's not my fault I haven't watched it.
Yeah, if we're just gonna go with the rules, so people might be unhappy, but we're gonna stick with the rules.
Oh,
And
because
then-
of Ariq.
What number is
Excuse me,
X-Men?
but where's
What,
the
what
goal?
what number is X-Men for you guys?
I didn't make a rating.
What number is X-Men for you guys?
X-Men.
Yeah.
The first one?
And
The first one.
I put it as number
I don't
10.
remember.
9.
Oh, it's my 9th.
Okay, so it's 7, 9, 10. How about the Wolverine?
The Wolverine, that's
The Wolverine
Okay.
is my 10th.
I put 7. Then again, it's out of 8
That's
movies.
that's slightly higher, and then X-Men. And then because of Kelvin last time at number 4, that's gonna be the next one. And then X-Men Apocalypse. And yeah, Origins Wolverine is not gonna be in the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Thank fuck. Thank God for that.
1, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna send the list to our group chat, and we're gonna do as usual. Who wanna do the drumming? Who wanna do the drum roll?
I thought we all do the
Was it
drum
always-
roll.
Was it always me that drum rolls?
I
mean-
always do the drum roll together. Ta 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 ta. Let's do the
Okay,
drum
what-
with our mouths. Ta 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 ta.
Okay, wait. All right. I'm gonna do the numbers. I'm gonna say the numbers. You know what? I'm gonna Teguh, you wanna do the drum
Make
roll?
up your mind on this.
Okay, Teguh do the drum roll and the numbers,
I'm doing it. Oh, okay.
and then it goes from me, Kelvin, Ariq, me, Kelvin, Ariq, me, Kelvin, Ariq. How about that?
Sounds
Teguh, wait,
good.
Teguh, are we using the same bottle?
No.
Ah,
No.
Yeah, I thought it's orange.
yeah.
Sorry to
Alright.
disappoint you, Kelvin.
All right, Teguh, you ready?
Mine is twice.
Teguh, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, the top 10 X-Men films according to the Councilmen.
And number 1.
No, we go from 10 to 1.
Number 10.
X2, X-Men United.
Yay.
Okay.
Wait, actually, can we put this on hold? I have a better clapping device somewhere.
Okay.
A better clapping device.
Here we are.
Putting this on hold.
Okay, now I'm back.
Oh, Kelvin, I forgot to say one more
What's
thing.
this?
Your
What's
favorite
this?
your favorite Logan character is Bobby.
Huh?
Your favorite Logan character is Bobby.
My favorite what character?
Logan character, Bobby, the kid. The one with electricity powers.
Oh yeah, the fat kid.
Yeah, that's your favorite character.
Oh, of course.
I was like, of course.
All right,
Of course.
Teguh, you wanna repeat the drum roll again?
Yes.
Repeat from the top.
And number 10.
X2, X-Men United.
Yay.
Yay.
All right.
Oh.
And number 9.
Kelvin, we're waiting for you.
Kelvin. Idiot.
Kelvin, we're waiting for you. You
Kelvin.
say no.
I'm Kelvin.
It's your
Oh.
turn.
Oh, wait.
You idiot.
Very professional.
No, wait. Let's see.
Number 9.
Number
X-Men
9.
Apocalypse.
Yay! And moving on, hopefully more professionally. Number 8.
X-Men Last Stand. Is it the Last Stand or is it Last Stand?
The
The
last
la- the
stand.
last time.
The Last Stand. You just put Last Stand in there.
The last
Stand.
stand. Right. What are we now? 7. Number 7.
X-Men. The original.
The original. X-Men. The original.
X-Men
The
2000.
original.
X-Men 2000.
X-Men 2000. Your drum roll.
Why does the drum roll stop out of a sudden?
Oh, right.
Teguh, you have one job.
Number 6.
Kelvin, that's your turn again.
Oh, why is it me? I thought is it Teguh?
No, I'm not saying anything.
Teguh just doing
No.
the drum roll.
Oh yeah. Wait, I thought Teguh say number 10.
No,
No, I didn't.
it was me who was number 10.
It's only us that's saying the thing. He's the only one with
Oh.
the drum roll.
Oh, okay. The Wolverine. The Wolverine.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Okay, moving
going
on,
to go.
folks. Moving on. Number 5.
Yeah, I was ready to say that. I was ready to say the number 5 one.
Deadpool 2.
You see, that's the one I was preparing for.
Okay. Keep it rolling.
Number 4.
X-Men First Class.
Yay! Economy class.
Economy class.
Number 3.
X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah, Kelvin got it.
Finally.
And number 2.
Deadpool 1.
And
Yeah! Him and his weird Deadpooliness. And finally, who's saying the last one? For
let's all say it
number
together.
1.
Let's say
We
it
say
together.
it together.
Numero
And
1.
our number 1.
Nomor 1.
And our number one X-Men movie is
Logan.
Logan.
X-Men Origins. Wait, Logan.
Can I just say, in terms of our quality, like audio quality, it might be better than our previous episode. But in terms of our consistency and our cooperation and our whatever timing, this is one of our worst episodes, even worse than our top 10 top 10 action films.
Bert.
Yeah.
Hey. But the top one actually
You
is
improved.
popular though.
You improved in one aspect. We got to degrade in another. You know.
Yeah,
We
bro.
get better at
We're
one
moving
thing, get
skill
worse
points
at
here.
everything.
Oh
We
my
get
God.
better at one thing, get worse at everything else.
Yes.
Balance.
No, here's the thing.
Balance.
Here's the
As
thing.
all things
Here's the
should
thing.
be.
Quality takes a lot of skill points. So when you move it into the quality, a lot of things go down.
Okay, so yeah, that is our top 10 list. Once again, to recap: X2, X-Men United, X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men Last Stand, X-Men, The Wolverine, Deadpool 2, X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, Deadpool, and Logan. And who knows if Dark Phoenix or New Mutants is going to come up to our list, but we will never know because most likely we will not repeat this topic. But hopefully you guys enjoy it. Did you guys enjoy the topic, or were you guys bored by this topic?
Do
I
you
was
like
kind of
do you
bored
want us-
halfway.
do you want
Honestly,
this
me
episode to be
personally,
talking
I
about-
was kind of bored because I didn't watch enough X-Men movies.
Ah.
Yeah. I got bored
Alright.
halfway until Kelvin didn't know how to count. Then I got really funny.
That
You
was
know what?
highlight of the day.
I want
Highlight of the day.
I want our honest opinion on this episode right now. Are you guys a fan of the top 10 stuff that we do, or are you guys like not really a fan of the
No, like-
rankings?
Depends on
Wait,
the
wait.
topic, dude.
I'm
I like
okay
top
with
it.
10,
Topic.
but like
Depends on the topic.
Yeah.
yeah,
depends on the
if I know what's going on, yeah, I like
Yeah.
it.
topic. Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure our top 10. I don't know which one. Our top 10 MCU films was pretty good. We pretty
Yeah.
we,
Because we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Bingo.
all right. So next time
Even-
next time we'll make a more defining top 10 if we ever do one. But yeah, that is our episode for today in X-Men. Hopefully, if you guys like this episode, leave a 5-star review and you guys will get a shout out. X-Men Last Stand, X-Men Dark Phoenix is gonna come out this week actually by the time of this releasing. So if you guys watch that, let us know what you guys think of it. And our next episodes will be something very different, and we will not reveal it. And I don't think I give the topic to these guys, to the councilmen, but I don't think I've explained it. I'm gonna explain it off air after this. But hopefully you guys enjoy it and look forward to the next episodes, which should be very different and hopefully more fun. But that is all. You guys can find me at JA Wiradharma, Twitter and Instagram. You guys can subscribe to this podcast, Councilmen. You guys can subscribe to my channel at Jaw Movies. The video version is up there. You can also see my Schmodown reactions, trailer reaction, movie reviews over there. I'm doing lots of movie reviews over the summer, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. And I think that's all my plugs for this one. Teguh?
Right. You can find me on Instagram as always at TG23399. You can I guess that's all. You can find me on Steam as Deep Fried
You can
Tofu.
unfollow.
Or you can unfollow me on Instagram if you're already following me for some weird reason. But yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Nice.
that's all.
Okay.
Kelvin?
Kelvin?
Ariq, go ahead.
No, it's
Oh.
Kelvin first. Versus the lead first. I don't know.
Oh, me first? Why
Fine.
me first?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
I
not?
just make it so yeah.
So who's going first?
Ariq!
Kelvin, say something.
It's not too hard to decide.
You can
Fine,
find
okay, I'll
me
go
on
first.
Instagram at Ariq Andria, or if you wanna play some games, you can find me on Steam at W Smith. Throwback to episode 5. And if we ever play Minecraft, the 4 of us might make a public server, and y'all can join us there. Maybe, probably, I don't know.
Maybe.
Minecraft
Perhaps.
is coming back.
Alright,
Minecraft is coming back, boys.
Minecraft,
So, you can find this man in Instagram at KYAce27. And then if you want to play some games, you can I don't know, play with me in Steam. I go by the name of Disco Monkey 007. And you can follow me on Twitch, Disco Monkey 027, because someone took 007.
That bad.
You say that all the time. What, are you still annoyed about that?
Yeah, I'm so annoyed about it. That everything else 007.
I still have a grudge.
And then I'm hoping that 007 guy on Twitch listen to this.
Well, Kelvin,
Give me my name.
once you
So cheers.
purchase,
If the 4 of us ever get to play Minecraft, well, you know where to watch it. Disco Monkey 027 on Twitch.
well, the next question is, if you did purchase Minecraft, what will your username be?
Disco Monkey 007. I took it already.
But you
I
haven't.
make an account already. I make an account, but I haven't bought it yet.
Oh,
It works that way.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right then. That's good. I thought you have to purchase it to officially get the name.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Yeah, I make the account already. So no one can take Disco Monkey 007.
nice. All right then.
Yeah. Yeah. So look forward to the
Great.
Minecraft.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Now, we suggest you tune out. like now.
Best
Before-
best outro. Best outro.
Before things get too weird.
It already did.
Before we
Well,
talk
even
about
weird. No, this is not
efficiency,
too weird. This is still acceptable levels of weird.
you don't want to see
Alright.
what happened when we go all out, boys.
No, Kelvin. Okay,
No.
all right.
No.
And with that, the council has spoken.
Open.
Grabe.